शलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायिने कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नामिने गौरद्विषे नमः। पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्तेषु विद्यस्वराट् ब्रह्म हृदय आदि कवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः। तेजो वारि मृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। स्वस्ति अस्तु विश्वस्य खलः प्रसीदतां ध्यायन्तु भूतानि शिवं मिथो धिया मनश्च भद्रं भजता दधोक्षजय आवेश्यतां नो मतिरप्यहेतुकी। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 6, number 11, verse number 26. The prayers of Vritrasura recited at the battlefield when he was fighting with Indra. So we read how he prayed to become servant of the servant and engage in service of the Lord and his devotees. He said that he does not desire any power or position here in the material world to liberation. So he continues to pray and he says in this verse, Adata pakshaiva mataram khagaha stanyam yatha vatsataraha kshudartaha priyam priyeva vishutam vishanna Manorvindakshadidrikshate tvam. So Manorvindakshadidrikshate tvam says, O lotus-eyed Lord, let I see you. My mind desires to see you. And then he gives 3 examples to show the eagerness, how he would like to see Lord of mankind. So first one is Ajata Pakshaiva Mataram Khala. Just like the birds which are born and have not yet gotten wings, the newborn babies, how they wait for the mother. So if you have seen, when the birds they give eggs and after some time the babies are hatched, they don't have any wings, very soft, hardly any bones. It's like a piece of meat, a little beak. All they have is solid part is only the beak. And then they wait for the mother to bring the food. So the mother flies here and there and they catch some worms or some grains. As soon as they come, then they immediately open their mouth. She puts the worm inside the beak of these newborn babies and they eat. So they are all the time waiting. They are noticed it. But very much just waiting for the bird to come, the mother bird. And the mother is searching for food and bringing it in the beak and giving it to them. So he said, just as these ajata paksha, these birds which do not have, these baby birds who do not have the wings yet, the wings are not born, like that they are very much eager for the mother. Like that, I want that my mind become eager to see it. But then he gives another example, because these birds are really not waiting for the mother. They just wait for the food. The mother puts the food in the beak and that's it. And the mother can go and they're alright. So this is not a very good example, therefore he gives another one, Stanyam yatha vatsatara kshudhat. It's like a small calf. Vatsa means calf and vatsatara means very small. And the calf is tied down and hungry. Because the cows they go out for grazing and small calf they cannot yet go outside. So they remain at home. The cow is outside whole day grazing and then in the evening, then when they come home, then this calf they are so much hungry. People say Kshodharta, they are hungry, they are tormented by hunger. So they very much wait for the mother to come and give them milk. So as soon as they are released, they run towards the mother. And immediately they are trying to bring the milk from the udder of the cow. So that eagerness is the eagerness we should wait, or we should meditate, or we should think how we will meet the Lord. The eagerness which this calf is having. So if you have seen, the calf is very agitated, going this way, that way, moving his tail and trying to break the rope to run towards the mother. And as soon as he is released, then he runs. So that kind of eagerness, stanyam yatha vatsatara, and then he goes to the stanyam, is the udder. But the calf is also not so much keen in the cow, he is keen on the udder part. The birds were not even interested in any part of the mother, they were only interested in the feed. And the calf, he runs and he doesn't even look at the mother. He just goes directly to the udder and starts suckling the teats and drinks milk, and once he has drunk enough, then he goes and plays. So he is also not interested in the mother, therefore he gives another example. And this is Priyam Priyeva Vishutam Vishanam. So this is an example. It says when Priyam Priyaiva Vishutam Vishanna, that there is Priya, or the beloved, and she is Vishanna, she is very dejected, very sad, Why? Because Priyam Vyushitam. Because the lover or the husband has gone far away to some other land and she is in separation. So just as she is very eager to meet the lover and waits. And this is of course in the olden days when there was no telephone, there was no computer, no internet, no Skype, no Facebook, none of these things. So you can imagine the eagerness of the person. This was a custom. They used to look at the omens. If a crow came and sat in the house, and then the crow will fly, and you see which side the crow is going, and you understand who is coming. So people used to very much depend on the omens, or some news comes, and then they will wait very eagerly. So that's why the guest was called Atithi. The word for guest in Sanskrit is Atithi. Atithi means a day, and Atithi means no day. Which means that it is not sure when the guest will come. How you know the guest is coming? You know the flight number. So send the car. Everything is known. But in the past, nothing was known. There was hardly any means of communication. So people used to just suddenly come without any pre-notice. So that was a different thing. So like that he says that my mind is very eager to see. It's like a beloved waits for her lover. And if she knows that on a particular day the lover is going to come, then she will dress up very nicely. Because in India previously the custom was that if the husband is away, then the wife will not dress up nicely. She will not decorate herself with ornaments. Because she decorates herself not to show to others but to the husband. Now we try to impress everybody. So that was not the custom in the past. There are many descriptions that they will not even tie up their hair properly. So just by looking at it, you could understand that the husband is not around. So this is the eagerness. I don't know if these examples make any sense to us these days. Maybe we have to look for some other example. If there at all there is any eagerness. These days people don't have eagerness. So it's basically trying to convey the mood of seeing the Lord. So Sri Vishwanath says that Kincha ati utkantha api mavatvapti stvadadhina eva. So he says that even if somebody is very eager, the mamatva or the sense of belonging, that sense of possessiveness, this is very difficult to get. We worship the Lord, we do prayers, we chant, but we don't have that love, that sense of belonging, that Lord belongs to me. It's like the beloved lady, she feels that he is my lover. So that kind of sentiment we do not have, because he says that this is only coming from the Lord. It is only by the grace of the Lord that we can get it. It's not in our hands. We can only pray for it. So we can only have utkantha, some eagerness, but this mamatva feeling, this comes only by grace of the Lord. So he says, Nacha tatra me swataha kapi shakti. I don't have any power in this matter that I can have it. Ityatra drishtanta trayama. So he gives 3 examples for this. Ajata pakshaha khaga, khaga balaka, bhukaditrastaha, kshuta piditas. So the baby birds which are terrified and hungry. So he said that not only that they are hungry, but they are also terrified because some owl is around. An owl can eat the birds, so they are hiding inside out of fear. So mataram kada prapsyame iti pratikshanam didrikshama. So they are feeling inside when the mother will come, and every second they are looking. They hear some sound, some leaves moving in the tree, and they feel that their mother is flying in. So that type of eagerness. Patrepi sanchalti ayatamam mata iti buddha. You should say that even if some leaves are falling down, then they feel as if mother is coming. Kamalam kalam kujanta chanchur prasarinti. And they are making soft sound and spreading their beak out. They always have their beak up. Nanu tarhi tanmata yatha agatya bhukadibhyo rakshanti swata pratak bhutair anitahi shudrakitahis tanchanchu madhye nihitahis tesham shudham उपशमयति तथैव अहमपि त्रिविध तापेभ्यः इंद्रादि शत्रुभ्यश्च त्वां रक्षन् स्वर्ग प्राप्ति भोग दत्ते स्वदभिष्टं पुर्याणि. So as if Lord is saying that just as in their case the mother comes, and what she does, she protects these baby birds from the fear of owl, etc. And she has some small worm in her beak, which are obviously separate from herself. They are not part of the bird, mother bird. And she puts them into the beak of the small birds. Their hunger is quelled. And then she goes away. And the babies are okay. So he says, in the same way, I will make you free from 3 types of suffering, and I will protect you from Indra, who is your enemy, and then I will give you the post of heaven or post of Brahma. So then your desire is fulfilled. Because if this is the example you are giving, that means you don't want me. You want protection and food, so I give you that. So tatra tvan madhuryam vinamam nanyat kimapi abhishtam iti tatha tat prapti pratikulam vrittrakyastu suksham vedva bandhanam vina mam nanyat kimapi praptrayam iti yato atastato drishtantaram ah. So thinking that this is not a good example, because in this there is no direct desire to have the Lord. So only I am asking something from the Lord, some food and protection. The Lord anyway says, Yoga Shema Vahanyam. You can do that to my devotee. So he says that I have no desire except to experience your sweetness. So without you, everything for me is unfavorable. He says, even if I don't have this bondage of gross and subtle body, and I don't have your association, then there is no desire. So I am not asking that you remove this. Therefore he gives another example. Stanyam vanshati iti shesha And he gives the example of hungry calf. Vatsatara alpa vayaska vatsa. So Vatsatara means a small calf. Grihast grihe dama baddha. And he is bound by a rope in the house, household. Shudaya matureva dugdh panek tanam manaska. And because he is hungry, then his thoughts are only on the mother. That when will the mother come? Tvadartaha. And therefore he is suffering. Atrapi vatsatara matu dugdhadeva swasukham avilashantopi. So here also the calf is only just desiring milk from the mother, not the whole mother. The birds were not even desiring mother, they were only desiring the food from the beak of the mother, which is not even part of the mother. But at least the calf is desiring something which comes from the mother, which belongs to mother. Or at least he is interested in one part of the mother, the udder, from where the milk is coming. But not in the complete mother. So, Swasukham avilasanto api matuhu kamapi sevam nalipsamana. They are desiring happiness only for themselves. They do not have any desire to do any service for the mother. The calf is not thinking to do any service to the mother. Just that I get my food and that's it. Iti aparitushya drishtanta antarama. So therefore he is not happy with this example also. Then he gives the third example. Priyam pritimantam patim vishitam sudura deshastham priyam premvati vishanna tadvilajarjarita didrikshati sayata. So just like there is husband and who is very dear, who has gone away to far away country, then the wife who is full of love for him, she is feeling separation and desiring to see him. So this also is not an experience of people these days. I was just reading a joke. One friend was telling that I have taken the first step for divorce. So the other friend was saying, so did you go to that famous lawyer? He says, no, today I got married. So such people cannot understand this example also. So this example is also an old example, that wife is having so much love. That's why they cannot understand that these wives, they could do sati and the husband died. So it was because they were so much in love with the husband that they didn't want to live without him. These days people only say that, and I will not live without you. So one boy was telling to a girlfriend that if you don't marry me, then I will not live. And so she asked that, you mean to say that you will commit suicide? And he said, yes, that has been my practice in the past. So such wife, they eagerly wait for the husband, and therefore he says that viraha jarjarita. Because of separation, the wife is emaciated. They actually feel the heat or the fire of separation, which makes them weak. Sayatha sviya sarvendriya vyaparahi sevamana priyam sukhaitum. So she is waiting for the husband not just for her own pleasure, but she wants to render service and make him happy. So he says, just as she will please the husband with all her senses, प्रियस्यैव सौंदर्य स्वस्वर्यादिभिः गुण लीला वैदग्ध्यादिभिश्च स्वसर्वेन्द्रियाणि सुखयितुमिच्छति. So she pleases the husband with all her beauty, sweet voice, and so on. So in the same way, he says that I want to please you. I want to do service to you with all my senses. Tathaiva aham api tvam sevayet ateva manah smaret asupater gunanam grinita vaka karma karotu kayati vartrayam avanchamati. So he says it is for this reason that I had asked these three boons. In verse number 24, when he said that with mind I think of you, in my speech I glorify you, and with body I perform service to you. So this is the inner desire of Vritrasura. This is how he is actually feeling, and he is speaking his own experience. किंतु सा दास्य सख्य श्रृंगारैः प्रियं सुखयेद् अहं तु केवलेनैव दास्येन त्वां सुखयेयम् इति एतावानि. So he is making a distinction. He says that this wife, she can serve the husband as a servant, as a friend, and also in a conjugal relationship. But my desire is to serve you only as a servant, because that is his mood in Dasa. So he says that is the difference between me and the example which he is giving. So this is his prayer, and then the last one says, ममोत्तम श्लोक जनेषु सख्यं संसार चक्रे भ्रमत सकर्मभि तन्मायात्म जगदार गेहेषु अशक्त चित्तस्य नाथभूयात्. So he says that if this is not possible, then at least I want this much, that while wandering in this samsara, in this material world, because of my own karma, taking birth, let me have friendship with your devotees. So, Uttama Shloka Janeshu Sakyam. The people who belong to the Lord, who is called Uttama Shloka, I desire friendship with them. And Tvanmaya Atma Atma Jagadara Gehesu Ashakti Chittasya Nanata. Let me not have any attachment by the influence of your Maya, which is very powerful, in my body, in my progeny born from the body, Atma Atmaja, Dara Patni, wife, house, and all other such things. So I should not have any attachment to these things. So this is the prayer of the devotee who does not want anything. This is the meaning of Anyabilashita Sunya. So no other desire. He is not saying that I don't want to take birth, or I don't want to get married, or I will not have family members. He says let they be there, because this is all coming from karma. Swakarma bhi bhramata samsara chakra. Wandering in this big ferry wheel of samsara, going up and down. So through various pieces of life. So that is okay, except that my mind should not become absorbed, asakti chitta, into family, relatives, possessions. So this is his prayer. Atha tatakshana eva ati danya bhava udayena anta mama dhamasya katham etavat saubhagyam sambhavi. So when he was praying like this, then great humility manifested in his mind. And he started thinking, alas, how can I have such a great fortune to achieve service of the Lord and servant? It is not possible for me. I am so fallen. So therefore he prayed that at least this much please you give me. Mama uttama sloka janesu tad bhaktesu sakhyam bhuyat. So let me have friendship with your devotee. So this is the greatest fortune that if we can get friendship with the devotees. It's nothing more than that. And the greatest misfortune is if we don't get association with devotees. If we have to deal with non-devotees, live among them. There is no sadhu sangha, there is no bhakti sangha. This is an unfortunate situation. Kintu tvan maya atma atmajadishu asaktasya janasya kasyapi mai sakhyam na bhuya. So he says, I don't want friendship with people who are attached to their body, their family members, their wife, children, their house. I don't want friendship with such people. So he is basically asking two things: friendship with devotees and no friendship with non-devotees. Yatha etat janmani asuranam mai sakhyam abhut. He said, just like in this birth, I have friendship with these asuras. So he said, please don't put me in this situation again. Let me have association of devotees. Mama cha tad bhaktesu sakhyam na bhut ita param dukkham anmal bhuvam. So the meaning is that I did not get friendship with your devotees in this life. I am just surrounded by all the asuras. So this is the greatest misfortune I am having. So kindly get me out of this. So this is the end of this chapter. Goswami has written a commentary on 26, but on 20, this last verse, he says that Tad darshan bhagyam swasya sambhaven idam api mansyatati sabhaspamaha. He says that thinking that he does not have such fortune to see the Lord, with tears he speaks this verse. And then he says, Tadetat shuddha premodgaramayattvena eva Srimad Rutra vadhosa lakshmatvat Srimad Bhagavat Lakshaneshu Paranantara Vinite Vitrasura Badhopetam Tad Bhagavatam Suti. He says that this prayer which is coming from Vitrasura, this is manifesting out of pure love. It's very important. He says because of this characteristic of pure love, which is manifested in this prayer, in the form of these prayers, he says this killing of Vritrasura has been described as one of the characteristics of Bhagavatam. Characteristic means by which something is recognized. So this is actually the defining feature of Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam is that which describes killing of Vritrasura. Vritrasura vidhopetam tad Bhagavatam ishyati. So that shows the importance of this story. So we move to chapter number 12. Rishi Uvacha, Sri Sukadeva Goswami speaks, Evam jihasur nipadehamajav mrityum varam vijayan manyamanaha shulam pragriyabhya patat surendram yatha mahapurusham katabhvapsu. Sukadeva said that, O king, Vritrasura, he decided to give up his body on the battlefield because he thought that instead of becoming victorious over Indra and attain heaven, it was better to be killed and attain the Lord. So just as during the water of dissolution, the asura called Canto, he had attacked Lord Vishnu. In the same way, Indra, Vritrasura, he attacked Indra with his trident. So this is his decision that he wants to be killed. Because he was very sure that after he gets killed, this is the only way he is going to get rid of this association of these asuras and this asuric body. Otherwise he will continue to live in this asuric form and have the association of these asuric people who are not interested in devotion of the Lord at all, except for few of them like Bali and Prahlad. Most others are not devotees. So therefore he thought that it is better that I attack Indra, because Indra is not attacking him. He is standing and looking at him. So he says, if I attack him, then he has to attack me back and kill me. So that's his decision. So Jihasur Deham Ajav is desiring to give up his body in the battle, and Mrityum Varam Vijayan Manyamana. For him, death is better than victory. Because if he becomes victorious, then he is alliance with the asuras in heaven. So Sulam Pragrahiya Bhyapatat Surendra. So he attacked Indra with his trident and force. And then he gives an example of Canto. These are two demons, Madhu and Canto, who were born from the ears of Lord Mahavishnu, and he was sleeping on the dissolution water, and they attacked him. So that's why he's called Madhusudana or Katabhari. Sayat Savyena Gatotsaha Shakto Bhutyena Bodhitaha Tam Sanstuya Mahayuddhe Ahanniti Dvadase Katha. So this 12th chapter describes that Indra, who became dejected by seeing the prowess and valor of Vritrasura, Yatsoryena Gato Utsaha Sakto Bhutyena Bodhita, he became empowered or became enthusiastic, being preached by Vritrasura. Tam Sanstuya Mahayuddhe Ahaniti Dvadase. So that Indra, he kills Vritrasura in the battle after praising him. So we will read that Indra, he himself will praise Vritrasura and then kill him. So this is very interesting, that you are praising the enemy and then killing him. And Vritrasura is saying, you kill me and become victorious. So very unusual situation. Indra was very surprised when he heard these prayers and how Vitrasura will speak more. So I could not understand who is this person. But one thing he understood, that he is a very great soul, great Mahatma, and yet he has to kill him. So,
third great soul that he has to kill.
it's very, very unusual thing. Mamayamiti kartavya budho na hanti tadahameva svashauriyam darshan imam utsahaya. So he says that Indra, he is kartavya vimudha. He is not sure whether he should fight me or go away. He is confused. So he says, let me show my valor, and then he will become enthusiastic. And then he has to at least protect himself. So he says, Kopayanicha, I will make him angry. And when he gets angry, then he will decide to kill me. Yato mamayam shigram nihanyaditi ashim punarbodham prabhuttayati. So he said that then he will quickly kill me. So to wake up Indra, to bring him to this awareness that he kills Vitrasura, he attacks him with Sulam of Supravira. Tato yugantagni kathora jibham avidya Sulam tarsa surendraha chitva mahindraya vinadya viro hatoshi pape turusha jagada. So then he takes out his Trishul, which was sharp and fiery, just like the fire which comes in the time of dissolution. And swirling it around with great power, he threw it at Indra, and in anger he shouted, "O sinful Indra, now you are finished." So there is no chance. So Tarsasu Surendraha Chittva Mahindraya Vinadya Viro Atosi Papariti Usagana. So in a very angry, he throws this. So Jivha Shikha Avidya Brahmitva. So Jivha means tongue, but here tongue is referring to the points of the trident. And they were very sharp and fiery, and he rotates it and throws at him. Krapatat vichalad graholkavan nirikshad sprekshamajatak viklavaha vajrena vajrishat parvanachina bhujam jatasya radharaj bhogam. So when he saw this, when Indra sees this trident coming towards him like a big vulkan, and the stars break, sometimes
Meteor.
Meteor. So falling towards him because it was shining. He said that it was very fiery. So it was very, very shiny, and it was coming towards him and rotating. So at that time he became very firm, and what he did, that he used this Vajra. It's called Vajri. Vajra means also stone. It's a thunderbolt, very strong weapon. So he used his thunderbolt to attack Vitrasura, and this thunderbolt is also a weapon which never goes empty. It has to do something. So what it did two things. So Satparvana Achinad Bhujam Chatasya Uragaraj Bhogam. So it cut that trident into pieces and also cut the arm of Vritrasura. So he lost one arm, and Tasya Uragaraja Bhogam. So it is described that his arm was like the body of a snake. Fat snake. So like that it was cut off. So now he is only with one arm. And with that he will still fight. Chinneka bahu paridhena vritra sanrabdha aswadam vihita vajram anam tatadendra matham atha amarebham vajram sahastyanna patam magona. So when one arm was cut, then Vritrasura became very angry. And then what he did, that he took another weapon which is called Pariga. So with this Pariga, he attacked Indra just with that one arm. And he hit Indra in his chin. And also he hit the elephant on which he was sitting. And when he hit him, then the Vajra, the thunderbolt, fell off from Indra's hand. So Hastat Napatam Magona Vajram cha Tatar Indram Amar Evam. So he hit him here, and because he hit him in this, he got stunned and his Vajra fell from the hand. And Vrittasya Karma Ati Mahadbhutam Tat Surasura Sharna Siddha Sangha Apujyans Tat Purubhuta Sankatam Nirikshaha Yeti Chakrasubhusam. So this was a very wonderful act of Vritrasura, and everybody praised him. Asura, Charna, Siddha, everybody was saying, wow, wow, what a great thing he has done. But when they saw that Indra was in trouble, then they started also crying, alas, alas. So Chakrasubhusam, ha ha, Chakrasubhusam, ha ha, alas, alas. Indrona Vajram Jagrihe Vilajjitaschutam Swahastadari Sannidho Puna Tamahe Vritro Har Ata Vajro Jahisu Satrum Vishadata. So at that time when Indra's weapon fell down from his hand, then Indra, he felt ashamed, because in the battlefield to lose your weapon from your hand, it's very shameful. So he did not pick it up. And when he was, because it fell next to Vritrasura, Vritrasura is there, and then the weapon fell down. So he was not picking it up out of shame. So then Vritra, he told to him, Indra, pick up this and attack me. This is not the time to feel shame or vexation. Just take it and act. So this is what he told me. Yutsutam kutrachidatainam jaya sadekatra navai paratmanam Gunekamutpattu laya stiti iswaram sarvadhyamatyam purusham sanatanam. So he said that when people, they are fighting, then sometimes they win, sometimes they lose. nothing wrong with it. It is not that everybody is always victorious. So he says, except for the Lord, who is omniscient, who is eternal, who is the creator, maintainer, and destroyer of the universe. There is nobody in this world who can always be victorious. Attacks. Sometimes nobody can face defeat, and different people have faced defeat in their life. Even Arjuna was a great hero and was praised so much by everybody. And in his life he was never defeated because Krishna was always protecting him. But when Krishna left and he was bringing the queens of Krishna to Hastinapur, then some coward people, they attacked him with sticks, and he was not able to do anything. That very Gandiva, just by this crying of that Gandiva, people used to get scared. That from where is he coming? What is he going to do? So that Gandiva could not do anything. He was shooting arrows, and these arrows were not doing anything. Finally he was hitting them at the end of the bow. And they plundered and took away the wives. That's why when he came back to Hastinapura, he was completely dejected. Because he felt so humiliated. In his life he was never humiliated. So even big people can get defeated. So what he is telling to Indra, that don't feel bad about it. If your thunderbolt has fallen down, just pick it up and attack me. So he's encouraging him. He says, you are not God. It's Vinayakam Utpatti Layastiti Iswaram Sarvagya Madhyam Purusham Sanatan. He says, except for the Lord who is Sanatan Purusha, eternal person who knows everything. He says, anyway, Putra Ched Attainam Jaya Sadai Katarnaya. Not everyone is always victorious. Even Krishna, he was running away in the battle. Kaliyavan and Jarasandha attacked him and he ran away. So you have to just act and don't think anything bad about it. So this is how he encourages. We will stop here and tomorrow we will read how Indra praise him and then
it's kind of amazing how such deep wisdom is always spoken in these most awkward circumstances.
this story is very amazing plot. To hear this dialogue from Vitrasura telling this to Indra, you can imagine how Indra would be feeling. There is no surprise that he feels dejected. Because he is a person of honor, respect. Everybody glorifies him. Even the great sages glorify him. And then he has to hear all this and then kill this person. So, and he knows that Vitrasura is strong, he is a powerful person. It's very interesting.
Well, can we infer from this that we in our individual personal lives have to go through such circumstances to gain wisdom?
Yeah, or at least we can learn from this without going through it. can also face situations like this. You can also be humiliated like that. Still you can learn.
You mentioned earlier that mamatva is only given by grace. It is the Lord's grace. It's not. There's nothing we can do to influence that or make it happen.
Yes.
So it is causeless.
Yes.
Then how does this relate to sadhana?
Sadhana is that we pray for it. Sadhana is actually to be ready to receive it. If you read, if you analyze Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Bhagavatam, and all those books, then there is only one conclusion. And that is that His name of the Lord, which is glorified everywhere, it has the power to give us this prema, because He is God Himself. But that power does not manifest unless we are free from offense. So basically, Chakravarti Pad has analyzed in Madhurya Kadam very clearly, and Jiva Goswami also in Bhakti Sangha, that we have to become free from offense. So that is the real sadhana. And that is by doing service, by chanting.
Yeah, but then this mamatva is conditioned by your ability not to commit offenses, by you being free from aparad.
Yes.
So then the cause of mamatva is your being free from aparad.
This is one of the conditions. When it is said causeless, what it means is that it is not created by your activities. Usually when you achieve something, then that achievement is an outcome of certain actions. So you produce something, and there is a cause, and that cause produces it. So mamatva is not something which is produced. It is something which is siddha. Siddha vastu means existing. We receive it. But to receive that, we have to have that qualification. So that is one way of understanding sadhana. So that's why Rupa Goswami says anartha nivritti. Bhajan kriya, and then whenever there is bhajan kriya, there is anartha nivritti. So
we're analyzing this example of the birds and the calves and the wife, and it seems to indicate that there's different varieties of eagerness, even on an external level. The bird that's waiting for the mother bird or the calf may seem to be even more anxious. They may look like they're ready to leave their body at any moment. So the eagerness for God or eagerness for the spiritual path may seem to be of one variety, but actually there's this example tells us that there's different types, or different degrees of eagerness for the Lord.
Yeah, because these things are subjective.
Mm-hmm.
Subjective things have different intensity. Because they are bhavas, sort of sentiments. They have variety in them. For many times there are two words used for that. One is called jati, which means the type. And other is praman. So these two things make difference, jati and praman. Praman means intensity. Bhakti means the class.